Ian of Big Rock Moto is riding home now.
Right there. Oh, success. I can taste it. I can smell victory. We're finishing this damn route today. It's happening. This is where my tent was. Yeah, it's already packed up. Welcome to day 6 of my NorCal BDR adventure. If you have not watched the other 5 parts, well, how the hell did you get here? But there's a playlist. Check them out. Days 1 through 5. It is day 6, and one way or the other, it is the final day of this trip. As you may remember, if you caught part 5, we had a bit of a cliffhanger. We weren't sure if the boys were going to continue, if I was going to finish yet another BDR without the people I started it with. But it sounds like, despite Jeff's tire still having a slow leak, he's going to try to finish because he wants to earn that sticker. And Ian, with his blown rear shock, is, I think, at least going to try to make it to Alturas and finish all but one section with us. So I'm not solo yet. Ian, how do you feel about day 6?
Oh, I mean, I really need more dirt roads in my life and more blown shocks, and maybe I'll get a flat tire. Right? That would be what I need too. No, honestly though, the section before camp was really pretty. The first part of section 8.
Yeah.
8.
God, there's so many.
I actually started to get back into my groove, you know, before we got to this campground. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll finish. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. What about you, J-Dog? How you feeling?
I've been having a blast. I really want to finish this route. The only thing that's lingering in my mind is a slow leak in my tire. But I guess as long as my compressor's charged.
And you know, everyone always says tubeless tires are so much better because you can just plug them. Well, apparently not every time. So
well, this is the first time. This is the first time I've never been able to plug a tire. I've been doing it for years and years and years. Do it on my trailers, my trucks, bikes. For some reason, this thing is not holding.
What kind of tire is it?
Mitas.
That's the reason right there.
It's not Tusk.
It's not Tusk. Yeah. So we stopped here at Willow Creek, and literally there was no one here when we pulled in. And then as we were looking at sites, these other 2 RVs pulled in. But it's been great. Great thing about running a trip or doing a trip like this in the fall is, it's literally fall now, is that we've never had to compete for a campsite. I think if we'd done it in July like we originally intended, we'd have been camping in the woods a lot. Okay, so I have to show you this. Thanks, Outback Motor Tech. So this is what the skid plate is supposed to look like, okay? That's the left side. Well, yesterday, on the last section, I nailed a rock at about 35 miles an hour. That thing is dented, dude. It definitely saved my tank. So, thank you, Outback Motor Tech, for sending me this skid plate. Holy hell. That is a beast. Also, before we take off this morning, I just want to say thank you to the sponsor for this video, my channel members and patrons. Channel members and patrons get early access to videos, they get merchandise discounts, and they get the opportunity to come to the annual Dork on the Road campout every summer. You can become a channel member or a patron for as little as $2 a month on YouTube or $10 a year on the Patreon, and you get those early access videos. Patrons have had access to these videos for a month now, so you know, you could have watched the whole series at once, I guess. But anyway, they're the people who make trips like this possible, and I just want to say thank you to them and to all of you for supporting, watching, subscribing, liking the videos, and leaving comments. But thank you for making it possible for me to go out, live my dream, and do this job. I hope that I can continue to make great content for you forever, including today, finishing, if all goes well, the Northern California BDR. 57 miles to Alturas. Let's try to get this done. Oh, we're very close to where we hop right back on. This is a great campground, just right off the route. I'm gonna switch modes real quick. All right, let's go see what we can find. Ash Valley Road, 11 miles. Ash Valley, I think, is that next campground that they said was good. I gotta tell you, I really thought I was gonna be doing this by myself today. I had mentally resigned myself to it. And I'm not afraid to do that. I'm capable of doing that. It's just, it's not smart because, you know, one thing goes sideways and it's just better to do it with people. Even if it means moving a little slower and keeping the group together and stuff. But, you know, both of these guys had every reason to bail. And they're pushing through and, you know, rolling the dice a little. Riding with no rear shock, or with no damping in the rear shock, is not fun in this rocky terrain. So Ian's toughing it out that way, and he's got a lot of luggage. And Jeff, you know, we don't know what his rear tire is going to do, but, you know, worst case is we pull that tire off and try to put a tube in it. but he doesn't want to do that because it was such a pain in the ass to put on, I guess. So I'll just trust his judgment there. But worst case, that plug comes loose, and I've got a full complement of bacon strip plugs, and so does Ian. So, and I've got a glue tread if it comes to that. So we can limp that tire out to the highway or wherever it needs to be if it was to go bad. But hopefully it's just a slow leak, and that's all that we're dealing with all day. Just, you know, we'll get to Alturas in an hour or two, fill up at a gas station there, and hopefully that carries you through to the end, to the Oregon border, and then back to a gas station, fill her up. So I've decided it's going to be a good day. Thank you for coming along. We're going to finish strong and put our third BDR sticker on the bike. And I'm going to show you what the route looks like along the way in case you want to try this one yourself. So this is Section 8. It's about 60 miles to Alturas. The views in here are pretty. Again, it's the result of the fire devastation, but you can see forever. Some interesting water bar G-outs on this section. You don't want to hit them too fast. I've been told by the map that we finish up in some more high deserty conditions, so that's what we're headed into today. 20 miles in from camp, just been cruising down this gravel highway. It's real nice, making good time. Now I'm turning onto this dirt road that has been dust treated, so maybe we can keep the group a little closer together. We're almost to Ash Creek Campground, which is supposedly a really nice one. We'll drive right by it. So it's only taken like, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour to get here from the highway from Willow Creek. So if you're trying to decide between the two, it's easy riding and quick to get to Ash Creek after Willow Creek. Just past Ash Creek, got some authentic logging operations going on. One of the things you gotta watch out for when you're riding on a weekday. Smooth sailing so far, pretty happy with it. All right, we're going up to the Manzanita Lookout. Nathan Fant says this is do not miss territory. He said it's amazing. So let's go find out. Oh, the gate's still open, thank God. We're having bad luck with those lately. It's not on the main route, so you gotta look for the sign, or just, there's a green flag on the route, so it's marked as a point of interest, but the route itself, the track doesn't go up to the lookout. Look at all the yellow bushes. Oh man, this could be pretty. I see the lookout. I don't know. See that green tower? That's the lookout. Yep, I know. You learn amazing things watching Dork on the road. It's like, if you weren't sure, that's it. This is the lookout. The green thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it's not the most spectacular lookout that we've seen, but it's one of the lower elevation ones, so that makes sense. There's Ian. That's the most spectacular Ian I've seen on the whole trip. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So right after Manzanita Lookout, we get some actual more remote roads, more rugged road, less well maintained. So a little bit of action down the backside. This is it's a little wet, feels like. Interesting. Probably the most difficult thing on this section so far, I think, Section 8. There was a few rocky sections, I guess, before camp last night, but for the most part. And by most difficult, I mean it's like a 2 or a 3 on the difficulty scale out of 10. I'm on a bike and I'm going fast and I got a whole bunch of luggage behind my fat can. It's like a pavement section coming up. We are 20 miles from Alturas. So far, Section 8 has been fast and easy. I found the canyon. It's got some pavement here, decent pavement, but we're following the canyon down to Alturas, I think. Pretty cool looking. Look at the leaves turning. It's a gorgeous time of year to do this. What the hell is it? Right there. This is the Niles Hotel. It supposedly has a ghost that lives on the 2nd floor. So, you know, if you want to stay somewhere spooky on your trip, you can stay at the Niles Hotel and hang out with a ghost. Pit stop, burger shop. Yeah, that should be their new slogan. I'll email that to them so that they can implement it immediately.
I am deeply saddened to inform you that Ian of Big Rock Moto is riding home now. So I'm skipping the last 85 miles so I can get home a half day earlier, or a day earlier probably. So farewell, Ben. I hope you don't perish on the trail. If you do, get your bike. And it's been nice knowing you. But no, honestly though, great trip. Really great time, great adventure. And despite my complaining, it actually was pretty good. So yeah, get out there and have an adventure.
I'm surprised you made it this long. He hasn't been enjoying the camping. But anyway, man, thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. It's been a pleasure.
It was a great time.
Yeah,
It was a great trip.
I would say let's do it again sometime, but I know you don't want to.
Well,
let's do something else. If you haven't subscribed to Big Rock Moto, which would surprise me, obviously I'll link his channel. Go over, subscribe to him. He makes the most detailed, most in-depth motorcycle reviews in the world. So definitely worth your time. Subscribe, you'll learn something.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, man. All right, well, Ian McGregor is leaving us. So it's just me and J-Dog, and I'm excited to take you along for the final section of the Northern California BDR Section 9. Let's finish strong. Oh, we got this. All right, Alturas, farewell to civilization. There's no town at the end. The joys of late summer, early fall, road construction. Got ourselves a pilot car, but yeah, we're I don't know, 5 miles out of Alturas, still on the highway. So a little bit of a pavement stretch here, and some asphalt, fresh asphalt looks like. Leaving the pavement. About 10 miles out of Alturas. County Road 118. There's a lot of county roads on this section, from what I've seen. All right, looks like we gotta cruise across to the, I assume we're going up in those hills, so it's gonna be a quick gravel transition section. Found some trees, got some logging going on, still fast. Making great time, Section 9 so far. Well, we are about 25 miles in. Nothing to report except fast gravel road so far. It's a little premature maybe to give you my full thoughts on this route, but I'm also going to be tired when we're done and not want to do like a whole thing where I talk about it as a whole, the whole route, Northern California BDR. But I think the biggest question I wanted to answer with this trip and these videos was how hard is it? And so far, barring some horribly unforeseen spike in difficulty, and I know there is a difficult section up here, but barring that, it's been relatively easy. There have been a few challenging sections. Probably the most consistently challenging section was Section 6 coming up out of Grey Eagle. And mostly the hard things, if I'm remembering correctly, the hardest things were loose, rocky hill climbs. And there was a few of those that would just kind of come out of nowhere along the routes. And other than that, the hardest thing was the very beginning, the sandy part. And it wasn't even hard, it's just like that requires you to get up and ride and pay attention. Difficulty-wise, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 4, with some spikes up to maybe 5. If you're a confident beginner, you could do it. I'm an intermediate rider on a big bike, and there was nothing that had me puckered up at all. I would say I stood up 15% of the time, or had to stand up 15% of the time. I would just stand up to cool off or whatever, but in terms of sections where I was like, oh, okay, I know I really do need to stand up here, about 15% of the time. So it's a pretty easy route. Now, having said that, it's incredibly long. Like, it is a grueling slog. I think my biggest takeaway is that this 950 mile route probably could have been 800 miles. I know that I think it was Paul in the movie said, the Northern California BDR is all killer and no filler. And to be fair, I didn't do the expert sections or the extra harder sections, but it felt like there was a lot of filler. A lot of sections where it was just 30 miles of the same gravel road for seemingly no reason. This route really meanders left and right a lot. And I know it's to connect some of the cool sites. And in particular, I think you can see Ron West's fingerprints in this because there's a lot of history on this route. And so if you like history, this is a great route because you get to go to all these really neat historical locations. But if you're less interested in that, it just seems like a lot of same riding for miles and miles and miles. It gets a little monotonous. Is it a good first BDR? Difficulty-wise, yes. Length-wise, no, I don't think so. My advice, honestly, would be to do one half at a time. It's not my favorite of the ones I've done. Of the 3 I've done, it's my least favorite. You know, like Sierra Buttes and the expert sections we didn't go up to are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Mount Patterson, we didn't see that. Absolutely fantastic. Although there was snow up there this week, so I don't even know if we'd made it to the top. There's a lot of cool lookouts, a lot of cool scenery, a lot of cool things to see, but there's also a lot of like 180 mile sections with like 3 cool things to see. So you're just riding to be riding. Anyway, that's where my head is right now. I think I'm probably more pessimistic at the moment just because I'm tired and ready to be done. So again, grain of salt, everything. And who knows, maybe there's such a spectacular section up here. Wow, like this view. Ooh. Yeah, we've definitely come up some. That's not a review. I'm not trying to criticize the creators of the route. It's unbelievably difficult, I'm sure, to create a route like this, to find all the roads, link it all together, get it all consistently doable, find it, and they route it all through public land so nothing can get closed off. So I know that's hard. I'm just telling you what the experience of it is after this is my 6th day out here. Anyway, onward with section 9. Cool view though. Cool view. Here we're off on some less highway-like, less well-traveled 2-track. More fun. Headed to the lookout. We're very close now, I think. Yeah, this is the most difficult thing we've seen on section 9 so far, and it is, as you can see, not difficult. Oh, look at this. Sort of an interesting downhill with a rain rut. Okay, there we go. Gonna get out in 3rd. 2nd gear maybe here. Someone's gone up on the hillside. This is cool in here. Very the Shire. So different, like the surface changes, like it was rock, then dirt, cinder. Now it's this loose volcanic rock. There's obsidian on the road. I can see it shining in the sun. Big chunks of it. So, if you don't know, obsidian is that shiny black stone that the Native Americans made arrowheads out of because it's so sharp. It sharpens down to the molecular level when it breaks. So, you know, it can be really fun on your tires, particularly if you're, I don't know, riding on a tire with a weird, not that great patch filled with slime. All right, this is the road up to Sugar Hill Lookout. It is the last lookout on the route, and it is on the route. It's not an additional extra section. You can see the purple line goes up and back. That is the main route. So we are ascending our final lookout of the Northern California BDR. And there's been so many, they really should call this the Northern California Lookout Discovery Route, because there seems to be 1 or 2 on every section, which is awesome. Boy, this thing just goes up. We're gaining a ton of elevation quickly. Man, the gate better not be closed. Wow. Sugar Hill. More like Sugar Mountain. Yeah. The last lookout. The final. It's the final lookout. There it is now. You can see real far. There's a bathroom. You can get out of your car. Take a pee now. Holy holiness. Wow. We are just about halfway through section 9. The view is always better on the way down. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful trip this has been. Lots of amazing, just like vistas for days. And just like that, we've left the Manzanita and replaced it with sagebrush, high desert. We got juniper trees instead of pine, but we're going back up this mountain. So nice little desert interlude, you might say. So it's become a relatively normal 2-track road. Not even 2-track really, it's like almost 2-track. It's descending to some creek crossings and then Fort Bidwell. This was the section I was most worried about last night when I thought I was going to have to do this by myself. Yeah, this will challenge you a bit if you're a newer rider, but honestly, if you just go slow, it's not bad. Man, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Well, quite a few. That's a nice way to end the route. Gotta love those water crossings. Nice way to end your trip. Refreshing, really. Oh, well, unless you just slow way down. Still, it's impressive. Yeah, this would be great. You come here in the spring, you're gonna have some epic water crossings. Yeah, that was real. One final treat in store for us. High Desert Pass. About 17 miles to go. We're getting a view though, up and over the top, back to Goose Lake and the finish line. Like, where was this section in the official BDR movie? There's like, it's like they just gloss over sections 8 and 9. It's like as soon as Sterling got hurt, they stopped filming. I don't know. Definitely had no idea this was here. Oh man, we are almost there. I want to say thanks to Ian and Jeff for coming on the trip with me. Jeff for sticking it out to the end despite the fact that his tire is questionably inflated. Thanks to all the patrons and channel members who support me and this channel and therefore make content like this possible. Thanks to our sponsors for the whole trip, Cyclops, Moto Camp Nerd, Quad Lock, Flying Eyes. It's been great to, everything that they gave me has worked great on this trip. And I'm excited to get home and do like a whole gear debrief, which I'll have for you soon. So if you're curious how the bike did, or how the camping gear did, or how the luggage did, or even how this Moscow Basilisk gear did, I'll have a rundown on all that very soon, so make sure that you're subscribed. We're almost there. Man, the woods, seriously, you have woods up until a mile and a half before the end. I just assumed we'd be out riding through the desert on the highway. That's cool, well done, well designed. What a great ending. You did a good job, guys. Here we come, here it comes. Right there. Oh, success, I can taste it. I can smell victory. Oh boy. Third BDR complete. Still have yet to finish one with everyone that started. So my turn has gotta be next. It's gotta be. Where's my sign? There it is. There it is. There's my sign. Welcome home, Dork in the road. You're back to Oregon where you belong. No more California on this trip. Oh, Jeffy, we did it, bud. We did it, bud. Ha ha! Oregon! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. There it is. There's the sign. We made it. 950 miles, Northern California, Mammoth, California, to the Oregon border. 6 days, really 5.5, because we started and did a half a day on the first day. What a great trip. Thank you to everyone who watched and supported. And make sure you're subscribed for those debrief videos and stuff coming soon. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. And please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Somebody like you. Excellent!
I need a shower.